That's weird. All right. Yeah, there you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let me check some things out here. Chat, super chat, welcome live chat. All right, yeah. Let me holler at y'all for a minute. Y'all may come on in here. I'll give y'all a few seconds and talk about something. Um, because what I do is always like a constant. It's always a constant. Um, I learn a lot. Things develop, etc. But I'll get to the meat of it here in a minute. I'll get to that meat. But how y'all been doing, man? I hope y'all been doing good. My days are always long. My days are long. We'll get up in the morning. Let's see. A lot of times I get woken up in the morning because my little girl, my wife drops my little girl off to school, and so by that time I'm trying to toss and turn, go back to sleep like 6:30. Be up all that time doing everything I got to do during the day. It's about what 11:17 right now, and I'm talking to y'all, and I got to turn around and do it all over again, right? But that's just how it is for me. But yeah, see y'all coming on in. Yeah, holla at me, let me know y'all here. Definitely, I'm gonna check the live chat here. Okay, cool. All right, everybody is coming on in. So let's talk about this real quick. So the title is "She Couldn't Take the Heat from Y'all," not me, from y'all. See, there are people who are highly sensitive to what y'all say. Do y'all realize? Oh, you from Southwest Galleria? Shout out to you. Do y'all realize how much people talk about me? People have talked about me from my head to my toe. They've talked about every which way I look and don't look. They've spoken about me on how I speak, don't speak, my content, my page. I'm numb to it. It really doesn't bother me. I mean, people that don't have nothing else going on, they'll make a big deal about anything. But see that's let me get into to this. I'm gonna give some life lessons to something. So there was this lady, that filmmaker lady that I had posted. So we basically was, she was coming around talking about, oh, I show your audience my movie XYZ. Okay, appreciate it, San Antonio. Okay, shout out San Antonio. Um, and so we did a private movie screening on our website. She said for the for our members, she presented herself as real nice, whatever, fine. And she didn't come through me at all. It was through my guy there, Kellen. So after the screening, now I didn't get paid for none of that because I'm usually cutthroat about my time. If I'm going to sit here and do anything, I need to definitely make sure I'm compensated because time, you got to get paid for your time. Don't ever let nobody shame you, brothers, because especially you brothers, a lot of times you are shamed when you feel that your time is worth something or that you have some value to yourself. And so as you go along and you realize your worth, a lot of times you don't want to just give your time out freely to too many people like that. Because what I found out is when you give your time freely to people, they never appreciate it. They don't appreciate it. I notice that when people pay for something, they appreciate it and they're more serious. Case in point. So my wife, she was doing like a lot of cake tastings and she was giving away for free. She wasn't getting a whole lot of bookings when she do the cake tastings, right? But when she started charging people a certain fee for cake tastings, she got booking after booking after booking. And that's another life lesson right there. Oh, shout out to Daniel there from Houston. When people is willing to pay, they will be taking you more serious. They take what they want more serious. So case in point with that particular sister. So say, okay, it's for the website. Let's see, we do some different things because right now I'm just setting a perimeter. Well, a little thing I want to do, and then I'm gonna launch some things on the website. So anyway, Did a movie screening, never did that before. And at the end, she came in and wanted to do like this little interview, talk about the movie, etc. So the clip that you guys saw was toward the end. Now, we didn't show her movie, nothing like that. She asked me some questions. I thought this particular conversation I think would be good for the Phillip Scott show. I said because of what we talk about there. She asked me these questions, etc. So what happened was y'all was going in on the comments. Y'all was talking about her opinions. Let me see if I can pull that stuff up and flip it around. Hold on. Let me see if I can hit this button here. Give me a second. Where's the camera button? There we go. So y'all was up here, y'all was talking about Pookie and Ray and Super Simps and the Plantation Bros. Are you men? It's far too late for anything to change. There's no fixing anything. But y'all just kind of going in on some of the things that she was saying. They said back to one person knew her personally. Talking about BLM, like so y'all kept talking about her by it's too late. Ray Pookie and Man don't have no choice to stay with they were child support. So y'all just doing what y'all normally do, right? Fine. Well, what she ended up doing is she started blowing Brother Kellen up over the weekend while he with his family. Now I don't even call that man when he with his family. I don't call nobody on the weekends. I leave my people alone unless it's an emergency. So she blowing this brother's phone up over the weekend because y'all going in on him in the comment section. Not me. Y'all going in on him. So she's telling him, like, calling the brother, saying, "Oh, take the video down," and they talking bad about me. Take the video down. I'm like, first and foremost, if you see this video, sister, and I'm using that loosely, if people talking about you, let me teach you something. That's actually good. I'm gonna tell you why. Even if it's negative, human curiosity will say, let me go see this movie they talking about so much. Why so many people talking about this woman? Let me go check this movie out. Even for 5 minutes. Give you some example. Let's go back 5 years ago, 2018. 2018, and I still don't know who did this, don't care, and I'm glad they did. 2018, somebody, because they ain't got nothing on me. I'm not no criminal. I don't never owe no child support. Nothing bad you can say about me whatsoever. In all the years I've been doing what I've been doing. So what they decided to do at the time, 5 years ago, was there was an old picture, very, very old picture. Actually, when my wife just had my little girl. Actually, she just had her. And she just had my little girl. It was about a month or so after that. A picture from 2014, which was 4 years prior to that that particular time. So in 2018, what they decided to do is they were just literally stalking. I think they went to my wife's page or they went to her cake page at the time, and it was going through all the comments. They were going through all the comments, and they found a friend of my wife's, a sister, and she had made a comment on a picture from years ago. So what they decided to do was take the picture, post it on YouTube of me and my wife. Now, but everybody who knew me for years, I've talked about my wife from one end to another. It's no secret who my wife is. Definitely not ain't no secret who my wife is. Have I given y'all an updated picture? No, not at all. If I put up an updated picture of my wife, y'all really be pissed off. Talking about them females. You be really be pissed off. I put an updated picture up here. Anyway, you be really mad. Especially recently in New York, where she was dressed. Anyway, so they were making videos about me. You remember that, Dwayne? Yeah, they made so many videos about me, Dwayne. 2.5 weeks. People didn't even know me, Dwayne. They were having 8-hour live streams about me. You know what I'm saying? 5 years ago. And they were being so negative, but what ended up happening? I ended up getting 200,000 subscribers. That's why I ended up getting 200,000 subscribers out of all of that. Ended up pushing me over the million when that happened. Now, what if I acted like that woman? What if I acted like her? And you know what I did at the time? I mashed the gas on creating more content. I didn't address it. I ain't addressed none of them people. I'm like, look, if you worrying about what I do that much, you ain't got nothing going on. That's how I took it. Right? Yes, they gave me free promotion, all this free promotion. And when we quantified some of the promotion, it ended up being like about $60,000 worth of TV time. How much promotion I was getting for that much time period, people that never knew nothing about me. So, with that being said, you can capitalize off a negative promotion. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, shout out to my wife. You know, my wife just kind of laughed at some of the stuff. She looked at the videos. She was shaking her head about it. You know, she didn't act like that other one that's flipping out about some comments. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It put me over a million at that time period. So if that lady was smart, or any of you that's on the internet, negativity can be good. It can be used if you know how to capitalize on it. Now, I'm not telling you to create negativity just for views. You know, trying to start a lie on people to create a negative and toxic environment for views. I'm not telling any of you to do that. That's something I'll never tell any of you to do. Okay? Because that catches up with you too. Prime example, Tasha, you know, she was creating a lot of content with the Cardi B thing, and you know, when Cardi reached out to her, told her, "Hey, sister, chill out," and all that, and you saw where that went, right? Like Phil, I have a thing about I'm not gonna be lying on people. I'm not gonna be saying bad things about people. I'm not gonna be doing all of that if it's not true. Now we could just talk about something that's on the internet, but at certain times, say, okay, even certain stories I don't even cover, right? But yeah. But the thing is, it's like I'm using Sister Tasha as an example of, negativity can bring you content, but at what length though? It's certain lengths to this. Now, certain people, I think I had a woman the other day, told me that, oh well, because you talk about the black community, why you all talking about passport bros and all this other thing? I say, well, let me tell you something. If we don't talk about issues, even in relationships, right, whatever that may be, like they got people that think that just because you talk about issues in the community or do news, you absolve from talking about the other side of it. Because see, that's that old like, and even I can't even say Umar Johnson, because Umar Johnson has even touched on some of these topics. Like every guy out here that's talking, even if you talking about they're speaking about white supremacy and everything else, every single one of the guys that's talking like that right now know exactly what the issues are. But a lot of times they don't want to say it because they're afraid of losing funding from some of the women because you can't say anything about them. Me, I say this. I think you're harming the women and the young men when you don't say anything about it. You just leave it alone. You go along to get along with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like that right there is completely wrong. Say, why they care about passport, bro? Well, the passport, bro thing is this. Cause like you said, they got the super simps and all the different guys like that, right? But they care about it because those guys was the ones that's going to play cleanup man. You know what I'm saying? And because they was going to play the cleanup man, those guys are leaving. You know what I'm saying? And it's not every guy, but it's some of them, and it's correcting the ecosystem. You understand what I'm saying? So I think about even let's go back to my wife. All those people that talk crap about my wife 5 years ago, and even when my wife is there today, I'm very proud of her. What she's accomplished, everything she's accomplished in that time period, and how much she's grown and everything. And so, and some of these people that's talking even today, and like I even let some people make it because I thought about it. Like certain people that say certain things about me, man, boy, and I still have my limits on what I'll say to people. Still have my limits because there was a few in particular that if I was to really laser in on them, like I said, I literally probably destroy them, and I know my ability to do that. I can do it literally in one video. I don't have to do 1,000 videos about nobody. I'll just make one, and I'll make one good one, and usually what I say about people sticks to them, like a freaking glue trap. So I try not to use my platform to be vicious like that, especially against people in my own community. Y'all may hear me talking about passport bros and relationship, but that's not nothing vicious to me. You know, there's a way. Well, why are you asking me that about skincare routines? Well, I'm just curious. Why you like? Is there something wrong that I need to look at? Either passport rules not getting old. Oh, okay. Um, the root. Well, this is the thing. I don't know what you asking about skincare. Like I said, I'm not the king of skincare, but I try to take care of my. You say you have acne. Okay. Well, I think it's two things that you need to do. You have acne. Um, Diet. Be careful what you're eating. Two, see a good dermatologist. Three, get facials. It's okay for the brothers to get facials to take care of themselves. I know sometimes they don't like to promote brothers taking care of themselves. They want us to die early. They want us to die in our 50s. You know, we really need to start taking care of ourselves. You know, so even some of these medications that sometimes they got the brothers on, it's not curing anything. And sometimes, yeah, say you had a greasy food, but no, you need to get you a good facial. And definitely, people are right, drinking water, um, you know, and all that. But yeah, drink you some water, get you take your food sensitivity test, like a biome. I'm waiting for my results to come in. I took a biome test, and that test basically you take your saliva, they take your blood, they take your stool, and I'm waiting for it to come back. And then once that test come back, it tells you what your superfoods are. It tells you what foods you can enjoy. Then it tells you foods like to minimize and some foods like to completely avoid. And it's crazy when I was shown that test, it's like even certain vegetables is not good for certain people. It's crazy, but only certain foods work for you. So I'm waiting for my results to come in because I'm very very serious about it. See Kellen leaving a link for y'all. But yeah, drink you some water. You know, definitely try to exercise. You know, much as possible. Try to do that. Take care of yourself because even if you have high blood pressure, do you know if you exercise once a day, you can drop your blood pressure by 10 points? And then something like the salt. Don't cook with salt at all when you have high blood pressure. Don't cook with that mess. Stay away from fried foods. All that you can use things like onion powder and turmeric in place of the salt. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, it's a lot of things you can do. But anyway, so you take negativity and you capitalize on, oh yeah, please don't cigarettes, too much alcohol, all of the reefer. Some of that reefer is not natural. That stuff got chemicals in it. It's a thing. No disrespect, intent. No, ain't no disrespect at all. You know, people leaving all kind of different things that you can do. Um, but for me, I know, of course, exercising, watching your diet, dropping the pounds, all kind of things. See, well, Kellen got to avoid turmeric, but until I found out that's what it is. Yeah, reefer. Some people smoke that stuff every day, and them people that mess the people tell me it's natural. It's not natural. Them people selling you. Them people put if if Brad and them have their hands on it and they're selling it to you, it is not good because they gonna put chemicals on it and all of that. What you got? Okay. Um, and all of that. So yeah, that new stuff it has GMO and all of that. So well, hey, I don't want to know nothing about it. Please don't be putting that mess online. What you talking about right now? Don't put it online because them folks watch everything. I'm talking about the alphabet boys. You watching all kind of things online, and you sitting up here typing stuff like that. Don't be, please, shh, just for your personal safety. But anyway, so what I end up doing is, like I said, so I'm in the video itself. We both in the video. So the lady sends me a long email. And I'm like, why are you sending me this long email? I'm not the one saying it about you. It's them, right? Go talk to them. So anyway, she goes to YouTube. And I know it wasn't, she couldn't do no copyright because I mean, I'm in the video. How can you do copyright? So so when she sent me the email 10 minutes prior, um, sent a privacy complaint about a interview that you participated in. But I say it's fine, no problem. So we end up doing is we just put it on the website, took it down from this platform. But what we're gonna do is because like I said, you take everything as a learning lesson. First of all, we're not doing nothing for nobody like that no more. That's just the end of that. Because Negroes don't appreciate nothing. Number two, we're going to make sure to get a pretty ironclad and tight release form. We also gonna make sure that's something we can put up on our live streams. You know, like when we have people come up, because I remember the lead attorney was saying that people was doing that to him at one point in time when he would have people come up and then all of a sudden they wanted to be talking about a privacy complaint. Um, and I think Kevin Samuels used to have a disclaimer on his about that because what happens is people see how silly they were, and then you kind of point out some things they were saying, and then now they people that know them personally probably getting at them too about how embarrassing them or whatever, and then they want like, oh no, take it down, take it down. I'm like, well, it's a lot of things I've said online. I'm like, oh yeah, why did I say that? But it is what it is. You live and learn. So what this is? Hold on, what is this? You say is Texas the new California? I don't know. Well, I visited California. Texas is not California, but this the problem is y'all California people. Yeah, instead of y'all taking advantage of Texas, this is what a lot of you California people did when you came here. Y'all messed up the housing market. Why? Why did y'all come here and do that? So let me give you an example of what these California people did. So houses in Texas, there was like 250,000, 300,000, right? Fine. These people in California, because their housing market is screwed up, they sell a house for like 700,000, 800,000. Like a house over there, 800,000, $1 million is like 200,000, 300,000 here in Texas. So they sell a house in California. Let's say they have $1 million. They get $1 million. They come down here to Texas where the cost of living is lower. We have no state tax, whatever. These California people, well, this is what they did, brothers and sisters. Let me tell y'all what they did. They came down here with this extra money. And instead of the house cost $300,000, this is what they did. I'll give you $500,000 for that house. Why would you do that? Because maybe somebody was bidding on the house, and instead of just seeing how it go with a bid, I'll give you 500,000. I'll give you 600,000. Well, the house is only worth 3. So they kept doing that during the time of like all the housing stuff. They kept overpaying for houses. And when they overpaid for houses, now what's happening to them California people? We don't have a state tax, but what we have is a property taxes that's pretty through the roof. Now, a house that worth 300,000, you paid 600,000. Now you about to get jammed on that. When you should only pay 300,000 for that house. And if you try to sell that house, you're not going to get that 600,000 that you paid for it. So you literally screwed everything up. I don't understand that. You left California because you was underneath the water, right? Come down here. Why would you want to mess that up? I don't get that. NYC people, same thing. Y'all drowning in NYC. You go to Florida, you done mess that up. Like, why y'all got to do all that, messing everything up? Be happy with the prices that was there. That's why you came there in the first place. Why jack it up? Then, them same California people, let's talk about it. They went down there to Mexico, some of them. In Mexico City, they complaining on them. They went down there to Mexico City, jacking up the prices, willing to overpay for everything. The locals can't really afford certain things, so they jacked the prices up. The people in Mexico complaining on their behind. Some of them went to Portugal. I think it's another place they went. jacking up the prices over there. People pissed off about that. Like, why do y'all do that? Why? Listen. The point of going to another place and saving money is to save money, not bring California or New York City to these places. So, with that being said, with that being said, like Portugal, I don't want nothing to do with no Portugal. They can keep all that. Y'all know how I am on some of the travel thing, but some of y'all messed up the housing market in certain areas. So yeah, Austin. Well, I don't want to do with Austin because they always talk about Austin is the white Atlanta. That's what they say it is. I don't want to do with Austin because I can, even though that's the capital. Nah, I'm good on Austin. I'm good on that for real, for real. Houston, maybe certain parts of the Dallas, Fort Worth area. Yeah, that's cool. Other than that, at least I'm talking about it's for black people. Yeah, that's two cities that I would kind of fool with. So yeah, I heard that they doing some of that overseas too. But see, the deal is eventually people gonna clap back on you overseas because when the locals can't afford nothing, they gonna blame you. And I don't want to be that dude that's getting that anger from the locals that I jacked up the prices. San Antonio, it's not enough of us in San Antonio. I done heard too many issues and problems in San Antonio. No, no, no. Mm-mm. Oh no, Texas not gonna turn blue no time. Well, I don't like to discuss politics on this channel, but that's not gonna happen no time soon in this state. You can forget that. But anyway, the only thing I'm saying is if you come up here, don't get mad if people talk about you. I'm not gonna block no, if people say, "Oh, you block my comments." No, I don't block people's comments. They do that. I don't have time to block your comments. The only time if I see your comment and you're being real disrespectful, it's the only time I'll block you. Other than that, I'm not blocking people comments. When you comment, when you say anything, I'm not blocking you. That's they system is blocking. Let me acknowledge this. You say Pollard J09 say I was working out. Who couldn't take the heat? Oh, yeah, it was a lady named Naguess, whatever name. She came up here and she did an interview, and she couldn't take the heat from the comments, so she was basically whining about taking the video down. Blew up Brother Kellen's phone while he with his family, sending me an email why she went cry to YouTube and talk about a privacy complaint because she couldn't say a copyright. It wasn't that. So, with that being said, all I did was I did take it down from here. I just put it up on my website. That's all I was doing. And then we're going to just go on and get this pretty good ironclad release form. And that way, if anything happen like that again, then we're going to just share give the release form to whoever we got to give it to. And that's it. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. So, hold on, give me a second here. I'm trying to see what y'all talking about on this screen. I can't see y'all comments. What's up? Okay. Let me ask you a question, man, about really in the field P. Let me ask. We live in America, bro. Like, we live in America. Like, why do y'all ask that kind of question constantly about safety when we live in America? At any given doggone time, you can walk in the mall and some freaking Brad showing up with an AR and the place out. Or they go in the nightclubs, or they go into churches, they go into schools, they go into all these different places airing out the place, man. Police doing all this mess they do to us, man. Why do y'all ask them questions about foreign countries like that? Saying like, oh, is it safe? Is it safe? Like, America got y'all that doggone scared to be away from them. Like, oh, you safe here? Especially as a black man, oh, you safe here in America. When brothers are traveling, tell my passport bros, there we go. When brothers are traveling, I don't get no reports from brothers say, man, the police follow me and they beat me down. I haven't got no reports that brothers got shot 17 times in a foreign country by the police. I haven't got no George Floyd stories by any brother that travel. I haven't got no stories about like no Sandra Bland stories or whatever the case may be. But y'all always talking about, am I gonna be safe? I'm just trying to figure that out. And if you talking about now you talking about Latin America, like okay, well, I mean, you want to be in Latin America, you know what comes with Latin America. You got to do your due diligence, do your research, talk to people. Say, hey man, what part of the city I can go to, what part of the city I can't go to. If you make friends with locals, they'll tell you, don't go down that block over there, don't go down this side, don't come here too flashy, don't do this and this and then the third. For instance, I heard like some of y'all will go to Columbia and being flashy like y'all in Atlanta somewhere or Houston. You can't go to places that are developing countries being flashy. Pookie and Ray Ray's in every country of the world. And if you go in there flashy, you go in there showing out, oh, they about to get you. Like, you don't get that? You got to be low key when you go in these countries. You will go in there flashy, doing what you normally do at the club here in America, right? And go in them places and thinking somebody not looking at like they trying to get you. There's a lot of dudes that got robbed. And sometimes them females are in on it, just like females are in on it here in America, working with Pookie and Ray Ray to get dudes set up. This is the same thing. It's the same grimy thing. Like, don't think y'all gonna travel to a different country and you ain't got no grimy women, no grimy men. That's people. The difference is with other countries, for you supposed to be going to the environments where the grimy people can't afford to be. That's the key. Go to the environments that Pookie and Ray Ray can't afford to be at. That's the difference with you're supposed to be your U.S. currency versus them. Why would I want to be in the same place Pookie and Ray Ray could be at in a foreign country? That's dumb. When I could be at the flyest places ever. I could stay in the best hotels. I could have a private driver driving me in the best cars and whatever I got going on, right? I can do that. Okay, you talking about this PTSS. It said living in the States, viewing and hearing about attention being killed, be down, shot, etc. can affect your mental. No. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. And I'm about to block you this because one thing I don't like is people lying, because this person here, and I don't know why you even put the term, like, you know what, I'm not going to respond to it. I'm going to get them out of here. Let me get them on out of here. Because I can't stand grown people who don't listen. But anyway, so no matter where you at, you need to have, like the person said earlier, situational awareness. Know where you at all times. Look what the exit said. Look what, like, do your research though. Like, don't just go somewhere and just say, oh, I'm going to do this. Do your research. The internet tells you more than what you need. It's not like the old school back in the 80s and 90s where you didn't have no internet and all you had was from people. Like, you can research where to go, where not to go. Like the brother that got lost his life, I think, in Chile. They said that he was in a wrong neighborhood. It didn't happen to him in one of them environments where Pookie and Ray Ray couldn't go. He was in a Pookie and Ray Ray area. And they end up, you know what I'm saying? So y'all brothers got to be careful. Like, even if y'all do go to these foreign countries, you need to control the situation. Don't go to no place where she gonna tell you to go. Oh well, let's come to my place. No, we ain't doing that. No, anything I do, it's gonna be what I say. Because you don't know because some of y'all that fool these randoms, y'all don't know what they got going on. I tell people this: trust nobody. Trust only yourself. That's anywhere you go. You be in control of the situation. You stay in a 5-star hotel. You be in a 5-star environment. You stay in that's what I'm talking about. That's for your personal safety because you're not from there. Like, for instance, Here in Houston, I know where to go and where not to go. But when I go somewhere else, I don't know. So I'm going to make sure that even in America, if I'm going to go to Atlanta, for instance, I'm not going to just go stay any place in Atlanta. It's certain places I like to stay at. I know that's pretty good. I have no issues and problems staying in these certain areas in Atlanta. I'm not gonna just go show up in any other place in Atlanta. Like why would I do that? Like I'm not from Atlanta, and then I've also talked to people from Atlanta and say, hey, don't go over there, don't go over here, don't do this, don't do that. You just gotta do your research. Same thing in New York. I only stay in certain areas in New York. That's it. Certain hotels in New York. I'm not gonna just go show up anywhere in New York. I'm not from there. So the same common sense that you would have here in America, use that overseas. It's just that simple. You know you're not gonna show up in anybody's hood here in America. You know certain clubs not to go to here in America. It's the same thing overseas. Now I'm not saying people gonna be airing out the places like they would do here as fast, but because guns is not that readily available like they are here in America. But just use your wisdom. That's the only thing that I'm trying to say. You say you just came back from Ghana, had a private driver, stayed at the several resort properties. Yeah. That's the point. The point of your American dollar is for you to have an elevated lifestyle overseas. Like, why do you? And also, yeah, the person says try to blend in. Yeah, like when you go places like that, man, just as a man, you wear a t-shirt, some jeans, like just low key. No, don't be stunting like that, because you start stunting and you stunting too hard and drawing too much attention to yourself. Everybody watching. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. Don't stunt too hard overseas. That's all. And let's call it what it is. Broke people stunt. If you look at billionaires, they don't stunt at all. They wear t-shirts, jeans, college t-shirts, sweats, some tennis shoes. You never see them stunting so hard like that. They don't stunt, and they billionaires. They don't stunt. All these people who's not billionaires stunting so hard. Have you noticed that? Because the people that got the money don't want you to. I mean, because they famous. But certain people got money that you don't even know they're billionaires or millionaires. You could be sitting right next to them. They're not driving no Mercedes either. They're not driving no Mercedes. They could be driving a freaking Ford Explorer somewhere, but they got $1 billion. Not a lot of y'all. You get $80,000 and you trying to get a G-Wagon. Why? Now, I'm not saying you don't have your nice suit, tuxedo, or anything real nice. I'm not saying don't have some nice stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you don't have to stunt for nobody. Look at what I think Chad Ochocinco, him. He said he was wearing fake jewelry and everything for years. And he kept his money. He didn't go broke in the NFL. But now how many of his counterparts that was stunting in the NFL for a bunch of people that don't even know them, they broke. They don't have nothing. Played all them years in the NFL. Don't have a crap. Yeah, like, right. Bill Gates. He another one. You ever seen Bill Gates stunt on anybody? Look how Bill Gates dressed. He looked like he got on some freaking slacks, some freaking Perry Ellis shirts or something like that, some shoes. Like he don't even look like his whole outfit is even worth $200. But I bet you Bill Gates' health is probably the top. He paid for the top health. He probably got the best test in the world to test his health. He gonna make sure to take care of his health and everything that matters. But what he puts on his body, and this dude got billions of dollars. Warren Buffett, you're right, he another one. Got money. Look at how these dudes dress. They don't dress hardly at all. And I understand black culture. Black culture, that's part of who we are. We've been stunting ever since way back when. I get it. But we don't have to be showing out for people. Like I said, once again, especially when you travel to these other countries, do what the locals do. T-shirts, jeans. Trust me, even with t-shirt and jeans, you're going to stand out. Number one, your accent. Sometimes your size is going to stand out because a lot of times you're bigger than some of these people. We look different. Even in African countries, we look different. We don't look the same as even other Africans. We have a totally different look about each other, believe it or not. So you'll stand out. You do not have to Go out there with all these chains on. You ain't got to do all that. I don't own a chain. I refuse to put a chain on my neck. Just my personal beliefs. Because I'm like, just, my ancestors wore chains on their necks, so I'm not gonna put no chain on mine. That's just my personal beliefs. So yeah, Zuckerberg, you're another one. He got money. You see him stunting like that. I seen him even when he go out. I'm not saying that his tuxedo isn't expensive, but nobody's stunting like that. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and go and get up off of here. Yeah, I just want to let y'all know that and what happened earlier. And yeah, so you go to these countries, don't stunt. A watch is nice, but why a Rolex? There's brands that nobody know about. And listen, certain things you should wear in America, and certain things you shouldn't wear overseas. Wear the brands that nobody know about overseas, or just look plain. Because you can have a Belova watch and nobody really know what that is. Maybe you can pull off an Omega, but when you start pulling off Rolex and all, come on, bro. I mean, you got to go with the brands that nobody know about. It's expensive, but why you want to wear that overseas? Why you want to wear Rolex? Why? What is the point? I wouldn't even waste my money on Rolex. I'll buy an Omega, but I wouldn't buy a Rolex. Because most people, unless you watch people, know what Omega is. Movado. Oh, yeah, I have Movado too. I have Movado. I have Belova. I got those things. But, even my stuff like that is low. It's like just low key. It's not nothing that, look at him. And, my wife bought me a new watch that only I would wear to dress up somewhere. I wouldn't wear that every day. And it looks very good. But it's just, I don't know. I'm just not for being flashy like that. We say we need this teachable moment in Gen Z in the black community. Some people don't. This grown man, I don't know who is he talking to. I don't know who he's talking to because I will respond a certain way, but I don't know who he's talking to. So let me not say that. Late. Who is drunk hating? I'm trying to figure that out. Who's drunk hating? But I thought about that. The term old. The black community is the only community I've ever seen that talks about calling people old and old and old. You know what I'll say about this? Me, I just say it. If you're the type of person that always calling somebody old or I don't want to hear these old people and old this and old that. Listen, I want to live to be older than what I am now. But if you don't want to live to be old, well, you know what? Check this out. May you not see to be old. May you not live to be old. How about that? Since you want to be young and that's it, well, maybe your life will end at 25. Maybe. Just maybe. Well, would that be better for you? So if you have a problem with old, well, maybe, yeah. You say most of them don't get past 25. Well, yeah, if you don't want to be old, well, shoot, maybe your life will end at 25, 26, and you'll be happy, right? At least you didn't get old. Now, even in the African continent, they respect, but we have some silly people in our community. Silly. I love being around older people because I learn a lot. Now, I don't like being around an old fool, but people that got wisdom, yeah. I definitely like to be around them. But anyway, well, hold on. Let me make sure because I don't get this other person out of here. All right. Cool. Got them out of here. Why do you want a security detail for a freaking watch? That's kind of silly. Yeah, Black Warrior. They don't want to get old. Well, shoot, keep talking, and then life gonna give you what you want. And you never get old, right? You die in your prime. So anyway, y'all, let me go ahead and go, and I'll see y'all on the next one.